We're here at Kenilworth Science and Technology Middle School for the 5th grade math contest, the first Baton Rouge-wide math contest where we had 207 participants from 45 different schools. They're here to take a 60-question multiple choice test that is made up of questions aligned to the Common Core national standards, which are new to Louisiana this year. And those questions are on a middle school level. So if they're able to master those in elementary school, they're showing us how high performing they are.
What are you doing here today?
Just supporting mathematics education, especially for younger kids. We know it's essential, we know it's important, and so one of the reasons we sponsored this event was to encourage parents to be involved, and we are ecstatic at the level of involvement and enthusiasm we see with these kids.
As well as engaging in the math contest itself, they're going to have a number of exhibits, hands-on things that they can see and play with, but hopefully what they're learning is enthusiasm and to enjoy the academic work and mathematical work that they're engaged in.
We are introducing them to informal science and math education. Most of the time, we think that they have to only learn in the classroom. So what I'm exposing to the parents are opportunities to motivate these kids and also increase their interest, in science, so that we can increase the pool of the demand in the workplace. Because right now, we want to expose them to the importance of mathematics. Because with math is the foundation, you can do just about anything you want. Most of the time we think that, well, if you are good in mathematics, you have to be a teacher or a professor. No, but in businesses, think about banking, think about economics, think about even working in the grocery store. You have to balance checks, the cashier, you want to make sure that you give the right change. Most of the time when the change is wrong, you don't say anything when you get more, right? Okay, but I think the idea is to motivate them to be interested in mathematics. And this is the time to start them young before they get to the middle school level. Because we don't get as many kids interested in the sciences by the time they come to college. So as you can see, we have professors from LSU. I'm here to make sure that we get them interested at an early age before they come to college. My focus is really on the parents, that they can help the kids to become interested in the sciences. What we have here is to demonstrate informal learning using exhibits. We have a site at Livingston called LIGO, and LIGO is a place where I'll tell the parents where they can take the kids there on the 3rd Saturday of every month, where they have a science fair, and they'll be exposed to by scientists, the science around what they do in the classroom. So it's an informal way of teaching and learning.
I think it varies from individual to individual. Some of them will take away a sense of pride in their accomplishments. Some of them will come away because of the problems that they're encountering, perhaps for the first time, dealing with problems that are not routine. They may come away with a new interest in mathematics and with a curiosity about what's this field really like.
For one, that we understand math is important, and we care about, getting students to learn mathematics as well, and just understand that, like, we want them to work hard in math, and we want to reward them as well. That's why we have the rewards and we have the contests, and we want to be able to reward students who perform well in mathematics, understand how important it is, and it can continue to do good so we can have better students performing well in math, because for the nation as a whole, we're not really performing well in mathematics, so we need students to have those skills so we can fill those jobs in STEM fields and mathematics type fields like that. So it's important that they get their math skills together so they can be successful.
I really hope that everybody who came today remembers just the exposure to Kenilworth that they got. We've really made some great strides over the last couple years, and I feel like it's a really great place to be, especially with our new focus on STEM. If our kids are going to be successful in the world, they need to be successful early on in STEM, a STEM-focused curriculum. So I hope that parents and students were exposed to that today and take that with them.
First of all, a great experience. In life there is competition. We can't get away from that. So being able to compete with other kids from around the city, and also to come and look at Kenilworth. It's a great school, have opportunity to view our campus, and hopefully we'll get some of the kids to come to Kenilworth.
How did you hear about this?
My son literally ran in the room with this big green paper and said, "Mom, Mom, math, math," and it kind of freaks me out. I'm not good at math at all, but apparently he got all the good stuff. So he was thrilled to death. His teacher did a great job of promoting it, and all the kids here, we have about 15 kids from his class that are here, so they're all excited about it.
We basically heard of it through his elementary school, Shenandoah Elementary.
We actually heard about this on the Thursday before Mardi Gras, and so we got busy that day and got some students that we recommended to come. We gave them the flyers and everything. I'm hoping they all show up. Well, I have one here for sure.
Why is this important?
It's just important for their education in the future, you know, to help them see and learn more about just what's going on and how important it is.
Math you use it every day, all the time. You can't get through a day without it. And I'm just trying to convince the kids of that every day. And I think if they can get their confidence in math and their math thinking processes down and see how good they are at it, they would be more comfortable. They need to be comfortable with math to be really good at it.
I think it's awesome that they're getting excited about math. I mean, I started teaching preschool, and we have our kids there that they have no idea that you actually do use part of this every day, which, you know, when you're growing up, you don't think you're ever going to use this stuff. But for him to be excited about something that's educational is just phenomenal. It's great that they do this.
What do you want the kids to take away from today?
Accomplishments, a sense of accomplishment of what they can do, what I know they can do, and they can prove it, and they can prove it to everyone around them, like the other students and the other teachers and the parents, and that they can learn a lot more than what they think they can learn. So.
I hope that this is a good experience for him to maybe he can decide just what he wants to be in his life.
I want him to realize that math is not all work, that it also can be fun. I mean, school is not all going to be sitting staring at a chalkboard, doing work, writing stuff down, but this is a fun thing to do, so he's getting joy out of education.
We'll now go ahead and get started with our award ceremony. The way this is going to work, first, everyone who participated is obviously a winner because you are here doing math on a Saturday, and that's awesome, and all of us teachers encourage that. We're going to recognize the top 25 performers on the math test that y'all took today. We're going to call down in random order the top 25. We'll call you 5 at a time. If your name is called, please walk down from either side, line up on this blue line in front of the backdrop behind me. You'll be awarded a certificate and medal by our Dean of Students and our Superintendent, Dr. Eske. And then we ask that you just pause for just a second and take a photo with him. So without further ado, we'll go ahead and get started. In random order, the first 5 of the top 25, Haven Pleasant from Cedar Crest Southmore Elementary. Eddie Fisher from the Dufrock School. Jalen Simpson from Winborn Elementary. In the way. I'm gonna come this way. Raylan Ricks from the Dufrock School. And Tan Nguyen from Glen Oaks Park Elementary. One more round of applause for our first 5. Y'all can have a seat. Our next group, Cole Ladiole from Runnels. Ryan Lai, also from Runnels. Bryce Edling from Grays Creek Elementary. Jake Davenport from University Lab. And Derek Smithy from Westdale Heights Academic Magnet. Next up, Christian Mack from the Dufrock School. Mayron Boyan from Westdale Heights. Allie Rogers from University Lab. Madeline Keller, also from University Lab. And Sophia Stewart from the Baton Rouge International School. Our final group of 6 before we get into the top 4. Jeremiah Cook, LSU Lab. Samuel Kelly from Episcopal. Sayeda Limaya Abadi from Brighter Horizon School. She's coming. Shreya Rashamwala from Our Lady of Mercy. And Lauren Sukalu from Baton Rouge International School. And our last top 25, Nicholas Johansson from St. Luke's Episcopal Day School. One last round of applause for all of our top 25. Now we'll get into the top 4 awards. Our 4th place winner had 50 out of 60 questions correct on this math test, plus 2 points from the tiebreaker question because there was a tie for 3rd place. This student will be awarded a bike. For all of our top 4 winners, these bigger prizes, we ask that you pick them up at the very end after everybody is leaving. But for now, come up and get your certificate and medal. 4th place goes to Amy Ruckman from Belfair Montessori Magnet. In third place with 50 questions correct and 3 points from the tiebreaker question, Abby Debenport from the Dufrock School. Abby will be awarded a Kindle. In second place, with 52 questions correct, receiving an iPod Touch, Kevin Zoe from Shenandoah Elementary. And finally, our first place winner, scoring 57 out of 60 questions correct on today's test, receiving a laptop computer, Ethan Zahi from Parkview Elementary. Again, congratulations to all of our winners. Y'all can have a seat and pick up your prizes at the end, okay? Again, we just want to say thank y'all so much for coming out today, spending your Saturday with us. Students, we encourage you to keep up your enthusiasm for math and science and technology. For those of you who are looking for a great middle school to send your students to next year, we are now accepting applications. There is an enrollment application included in the folder that you got at registration today. Please take a moment, fill that out. We're accepting those through April. If you have any questions, we're all here, happy to help, and thank you again for coming.
Just like anybody, I'm really happy that I won, but I'm just thinking anybody else could have won. Like, those questions were hard, but I just won. I was really excited, and I was looking forward to this math competition, but when it came, I was really nervous, but it paid off that I came and I studied and everything.
How did you prepare for this competition?
At school, I took a pre-test, and on that test, I almost got every single question wrong, so I went home and studied all night.
Well, my mom and dad, they really helped me a lot. They taught me a lot of new math that I really needed, and my teacher too at school, she taught me a lot of new stuff this year that I needed for this test.
Did some of the sample math questions they gave online, and they were pretty easy, so the test wasn't that hard at all.
How did you hear about this competition?
Well, our school gave a note to all the 5th graders telling them that there was a math competition at Kenilworth, and they encouraged us to go.
My teacher told this about me, and we were looking on the Kenilworth.com website, and we found the math contest, and she registered me.
My teacher told me about it, and she thought that I should do it because I'm student of the year at my school, and all my test grades are usually really high, so she thought I should give it a try.
What did you learn while taking this test?
I learned that math is very important to everything in this world, and you need it for every single job.
I learned some things like I I had to look at a few questions, and like they were really challenging, the questions, but luckily I won. Anybody else could have won, but I'm just happy that I won.
Lots of math. And there were some things that confused me, but when I figured it out, I'm like, wow, I was just making it harder. I was trying to figure it out the completely wrong way.
What are your plans for college and even afterwards in your career?
I want to go to a medical school and become a nurse or doctor.
I plan to go to Harvard University, and I want to become a lawyer when I grow up. But if for some reason I can't, then I want to do something that involves math because I really like math.
I think I might go to LSU College, but I'm not sure. And after college, I'll probably be looking for jobs. So I want to be an artist or a poet, and when I'm old enough, I want to be president.
Can you tell me a little bit about STEM?
STEM stands for science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. If we think of computer science, if we think of any of the areas that have pretty much made this country really great, it's all about STEM. And it is one of the areas that we need to grow in and consistently grow in.
STEM stands for science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. It's an acronym that's used by a variety of organizations and funding agencies in order to give a kind of an encapsulation of this area of research, this area of technology in our society, this area of school that is so important for our society overall to be able to advance itself and to remain competitive in the world. And so I'm a co-director of the Gordon A. Kane Center, which is a STEM education research center at LSU. And we support teachers in science and mathematics across the state, and are delighted to help out with this event also, because this is a great STEM event.
What are the kids doing here today?
The kids are here today to learn about science and technology. They're incorporating math inside of it, and they're working with the STEM program here at Kenilworth.
We have the STEM Expo, which is just an exposition of all the different cool science things that the students do, and also we have a math competition for all the local area students. We have about 200 students that signed up, and almost all of them were in attendance. The science is really, it's almost an extracurricular thing that we do with the students. It's a way for students to apply what they've learned in the classroom in a physical way, in a way that's also more fun. We have the smoke cannon, we have a hovercraft, all sorts of fun things that the students can do to show technical ways to apply what they've learned.
Today, our students from Kenilworth are demonstrating different things that they've done throughout the year. In October, we had a STEM Expo where we had all of our students, or those who qualified, participated by creating science demos. Not necessarily an experiment, but something where they demonstrated some cool science activity and then explained the science behind it. And then in December, we had a science fair where they did an experiment and then went through the scientific method. So today we were showcasing some of the highlights from both of those events.
Why is this important?
It's important because kids need to be able to incorporate science and math in every single day life. I teach reading, so I try to incorporate science and their technology inside of the reading instruction.
Well, the research shows that in middle school, students can still show how their futures relate to what they're doing in class, but by the end of middle school, we're losing them. So getting them invested through extracurricular activities and then through the curriculum can keep them more invested so that they're better prepared to make decisions about careers in the future that can benefit them in high school and then on in college.
It's important because a lot of these students don't realize that the concepts they learn in school are kind of these dry, abstract things, and this is a very concrete way to apply them. And also it's a way for students to come to the school and it not be a school setting where they can more enjoy themselves and enjoy what they've learned rather than being in the classroom.
What do you think parents or students should take away from today?
From today, I think that they should take away an interest in mathematics and in science and how that can benefit them in the future, that learning these critical thinking skills and these applications that they're doing here, such as the demonstrations you're seeing, can really benefit them when they're making decisions about high school, and then once they get into high school. And then a lot of them, as you can see, they're explaining things, so they're getting those interpersonal skills and practicing explaining things to other people. So it's a lot of great applications for them.
They hopefully, because I have about 5 kids here today, and I hope that they're going to take away that math and science is very, very, very important, and that they can actually come to Kenilworth next year, and we're trying to push some of them to do that, and that they can actually become engineers and doctors and lawyers and be able to use this to help them get to that place.
They can take away a few things, but the main thing I think is it increases the curiosity of the student. I think that's always a really good thing. There's a lot of students that see things that they've never seen before, and it's things that they know about but they've never actually seen, and it just makes them more curious. I think just life in general favors a curious mind, so I think it's really helpful in that sense, that it just makes the students more eager to learn about things that they typically might not be.
Can you tell me about your project?
My project was the one-horse generator. I was creating energy by just mechanical energy. That's all it was. They didn't have to plug it in or anything.
It's like a ball, and it has little things, and if you touch it, the electrons will follow through your body and go to the ground because they want to go to the ground. So if you touch it, they will follow through your body to the ground. And it looks like a lightning bolt when you touch it, but it has a very high voltage, but you can't feel it because it has a low current.
What made you want to do this project?
Well, my science teacher, Mr. Elkin, well, he told me about it, and I thought it was fascinating. It was amazing to me the way that creating energy, it was like lightning.
Because I'm good. Well, I love school. School is good. Education is good. Knowledge is good. Well, what's bad with learning new things?
What did you learn when doing this project?
I learned about electrical energy and the weather and how it shocks, and pretty much everything about it was fascinating. And I learned that electricity, and the way it works.
Electrons can go through your body and you can't really feel it, depending on if it's low or high current. If it's low, you don't feel it. If it's high current, you will feel it.
What are your plans for college or your career later?
Well, I plan to go to Southern to work, but I really don't want to do electricity. I want to do something else. But I just want to go to learn more math so I can work on my extracurricular activities and so I can learn more, because knowledge is good.
Well, I'm planning on graduating all my school, going to college for I don't know how long it's, because I want to be a vet when I grow up. So.
Parents or anyone else that wants to seek information about the STEM Expo or just enrollment in general, because we're starting our new enrollment period, can call the school. The phone number is available online. You can also email the school. And then if you're physically here at one of our events, we have plenty of ways, feedback forms and things like that to get in touch with us.